Hi, my name is Sydney Iaukea.
Sydney, when did you start surfing?
Since about 11-ish. First learned how in Waikiki with the Beach Boys when I was a kid. I'm a water person. I started as a swimmer and then competitive swimming, and then my mom's paddled for 40 years, and so we grew up at the Hale, and I started paddling canoe when I was about, I don't even know, maybe 7 or so, and then we were in 12 and under at state championships and all the way up through high school and surfing in there.
Which of the Beach Boys taught you how to surf?
I think Baby Blue was probably one of them. At Kamehameha schools we got to go, and it was a PE course. And then of course my dad was down there, so just fooling around on the weekends or during class time. It's always a good thing.
What kind of surfboard did you learn how to surf on?
Very long boards that you used to call picnic tables. Big orange picnic tables. The very first board I ever had, my mom bought me for my birthday. It wasn't until later, because I was a swimmer, and so I went back to swimming, and then it was probably like 17th, 18th birthday when I finally got my own board, and my mom likes to say, "Why did I buy that for you? Because you've never put it down." I think it was a locomotion from Rodney Kilburn on Maui. It might have been one of his old boards. I remember it was pink like this, but with a big locomotion sticker on it.
If I might ask, how old are you now?
43.
And you've been surfing the whole time?
The whole time.
And competing the whole time?
No, thank God. I've never competed. I've only done this contest, the Surfing to Summer, maybe for the last 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
Any particular goals with this contest?
No, I just to make it into the finals, which finally happened. Yahoo! It took a while. I've done a couple other contests, like one in Waikiki at Queens. I love Queens too, so that was a fun contest. And then one at Cliffs, I think years ago.
I understand you're a writer also.
I'm a writer.
What have you been?
My book, The Queen and I, A Story of Dispossessions and Reconnections in Hawaii, came out last year.
And what inspired you to write the book?
It's from my great-great-grandfather's papers that I found at the Hawaii State Archives, and I found them when I was doing my PhD in political science, and so it became my dissertation, what he wrote about government in Hawaii 100 years ago, and then that became the book.
Who helped you research this book?
My mom. And my sister at first. We were researching mostly to find out what happened to the land that the Queen gave to Curtis Piahu Iaukea when she passed away. And so that set us on the whole trek down to Bureau of Conveyances, Hawaii State Archives, and First District Court to find out what happened with that land. And it opened up what happened with all other types of land in the process.
How has the Hawaiian community reacted to this research?
You know, it's been positive for the most part. So my book just won an award maybe 2 weeks ago, the Ka Palapala Po'okela Award for book not published in Hawaii, excellence in that. So that's been super positive from the book community. As far as feedback from the Hawaiian community, it's been for the most part positive, only because once in a while I'll get a question at one of my book talks that tries to maybe throw something up about the research from 100 years ago, but I mean, what can you do? It's the truth. So I just reply with the truth. It's their truth. So I mean, what happened then still affects us today, but it's what happened.
This is embarrassing for me to ask, but when I look at you, you don't look Hawaiian. How do you respond to that?
And what I like to say is, this is what Hawaiian looks like, okay? Like, we've been brainwashed to think that we should look more, I don't know, Filipino or Polynesian or whatever, but my great-great-grandfather was fair-skinned. My great-great-grandmother was dark-skinned. So, you know, it's just, it is what it is. This is what it looks like. And you know, my dad and my uncles, they're very Hawaiian-looking.
They're pretty fair-skinned too, though.
Pretty fair-skinned, but you know, with the hair and the, you know, all of that. So I think we've been brainwashed to think a certain way because of the blood quantum and the United States thoughts of race and all of that. So all it does is divide us as Hawaiians.
I know your dad actually went to Punahou School, and you went Kamehameha. Why didn't you go to Punahou?
Because it wasn't really an option, and so that's actually part of the book too. Like why weren't we part of that whole clique, if you will, that got to go to Punahou? I mean, it has its roots in what happened 100 years ago with our land and what's still happening. And plus, I was the first one to try out to go to Kamehameha, and now I have a half brother that graduated from there. I'm sorry, a nephew.
Has the Bishop Estate helped you with your education?
All the way. So I worked full-time through my entire student life, which is a lot, from undergraduate to graduate to PhD. And then Kamehameha Schools was there the whole time as well.
Where are you working now?
I'm at Department of Education, Hawaiian Studies educational person, if you will, for the moment. Curriculum, I'm in charge of the Kupuna program statewide, and Kupuna are in 200 schools or so, so it's managing that program, and the curriculum, trying to get it back on track to a more factual, truthful curriculum in the schools.
Are you going to write another book?
I'm writing another book now, and it's I'm getting funded to write a book on West Maui, the land above Ka'anapali. It's called North Beach, or Keika'a, and what happened to it. Why did Pioneer Mill get ownership of it? Why did it turn into more condos? And the fight that the community engaged about 10 and 15 years ago to stop it.
In third place, Sydney Iaukea. In second place, Alyssa Wooten. And in first place, Masako Nishimoto. Yeah!
How does one get a copy of your book?
Amazon.com is probably the easiest. Barnes & Noble before they close at Kahala, and Native Books sometimes has it. It's sort of smattered throughout.
Sydney, you're probably one of the nicest people I have met. Much success to you in your future as an author and as a surfer.
Thank you, Kyle, for the interview, and thank you for working on my truck for over 10 years and my car before that. Aloha.
In fifth place, Sydney Iaukea.